Hey there guys, what's going on? My name's Ollie43 and welcome to the GTA 5 show, the place on YouTube where we cover GTA 5 to the absolute max, up to the release of the game and past the release. In fact, I've got loads of plans once GTA 5 comes out with you guys, the subscribers, Team 43. We're going to have lots of fun on GTA Online, so no worries about that. But today, IGN released their hands-on report. There was like a 4-page thing, so I thought instead of sending you guys to go read the report for yourselves and giving you a brief overview of what happens, I'm going to be breaking it down into small little segments and telling you all the details that I'm really excited about and you should be looking forward to. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, a cheeky little like is really appreciated, and if you want some more GTA 5 news over the coming weeks, I suggest you subscribe for more. That's right. You can do it below the video or in the description. But let's begin on today's epic GTA 5 video. So a little heads up for those of you that are a little sensitive to information on GTA 5. I'm just going to give you a heads up. I'm not going to be spoiling any storyline based stuff that you're going to be playing. So you're not going to find out that Trevor is actually eaten by a giraffe. No, that's not good. By the way, that doesn't actually happen, so don't quote me on that. So I'm not going to tell you anything that happens in the game story-wise, but I'm going to be telling you this video is all about how the game feels, how it acts, how it reacts, and most importantly, how it compares to GTA 4, because I think most of us have played the game GTA 4, and we can all relate to that and compare it in our heads. So this is not about story, it's nothing like that. I'm not going to be giving you any spoilers, but I will be telling you about the game. Imagine me being a friend giving you a recommendation on GTA 5. That is kind of what this video is going to be about. So a little heads up for those of you a little spoiler sensitive. No worries, no spoilers here. But let's begin on our first interesting GTA 5 fact. Alright, so the first thing that these lucky little bastards told us about GTA 5 is the fact that the scale and beauty of GTA 5 is what you would imagine. So after looking at all the trailers, after looking at all the screenshots, after dreaming about the game, it's as beautiful as you think and it's as detailed as you'd hoped. It really is. So one thing to take into account, however, that they did bring out is that there's a lot more cause of effect. So a lot more things react to you realistically than they did in prior GTA 5 GTA games. So, for example, after you've done a mission, the game doesn't, like, the world doesn't reset. It doesn't play the, mission complete music and then go back to, the world it was before you did the mission. It goes to the world after you've completed the mission, which is really cool. So an example of this is if you did a mission with Trevor, Michael and Franklin, and let's say you were Michael throughout this mission, and Trevor at the end of the mission says, alright guys, I'm gonna head home, do some, sewing or something along those lines, and he goes away in his helicopter. Now 5 minutes later, if you were Michael still and you decided, you know what, I'm going to go see what Trevor's up to, I'm going to go switch characters to Trevor and go in Blaine County for a while. So if you go to Trevor, he's still going to be flying in his helicopter like he was in the end of the mission. He's not going to be doing something completely random. He's not going to be, by the beach, drinking and killing whales or whatever he might be doing. No, he's going to be doing what he said he was doing in the mission. So it's very, like, it's a living and breathing world that you're a part of rather than a film set. That's the way I'm trying to describe it to you guys. I hope that's kind of clear. So yeah, there's a lot more cause of effect inside of GTA 5. Next, it's all about the map. So in every video where I talk about the map, I always say the map is a key character inside of a GTA game. It just is. It's the living, breathing world where this game takes place. It's its own character, it's its own entity, has just as much work in the game as any other feature in the game, and the map is really important for my kind of preference in what I look for in a GTA game. It's like the map makes the world, and that is important to me as a game, like a player, I guess you'd say. So one of the things in GTA 5 is instead of having like a part of the world locked until you complete some missions, like in previous GTA games, like islands, for example. Like the first island is the first set of missions, then you advance to the next set of missions, then you go to the next set of missions, and it opens up the world gradually. You're going to start this game with the whole map available to you. Now, this is not new news. This has been around for a while. It's been quite well known. But the thing we didn't know before is it's not going to be visibly clear. You're not going to see the whole world straight away. What you'll see is little areas in which you've explored. So if you want to go and see what is on top of that big, huge Mount Chalab mountain, and you want to see what that little hut is, and like what is inside that little hut on top of the mountain, it's really random, you're going to have to go explore there. You're not going to be able to look on the map. You're not going to be able to see it on like top-down view in the map thing. You're going to have to actually go there first of all. So you're going to have to do a lot of exploring, and the best way to describe this is like a fog of war. If you've played any games which include the fog of war, this is exactly what that's like. So that, in my opinion, is really cool because it encourages exploring, it encourages looking around and being curious, and that is exactly what I want to do inside of my GTA game. So that's epic. So in terms of police wanted level and being chased after the police, one thing that they've told us is the way it works. So it changed from GTA San Andreas to GTA 4 in the fact that there was a circle you had to escape from, and that circle, to get out of that circle, what you had to do is basically go as fast as you can in one direction and basically just get out of that circle and then hide once you've done that. This is a little bit different. In this, you have to escape the cone of vision. Now that is what IGN have called it. I don't know whether that's what Rockstar called it. But basically, instead of when you've got a 3-star wanted level darting off in one direction, you can be a little bit smart. So you could drive underneath a bridge, for example, then run down a little alley and then hide under some, jump over a bush and do this, do that. And then the police won't be able to see you. They won't be able to find you. So it does really depend on how sneaky you are. Obviously, once you hit 3 stars, you have a helicopter chasing after you. So you've got to bear that in mind. But it does get a lot more difficult as the stars progress. But instead of, darting off in one direction and hoping for the best, this is a little bit more smarter and a bit more intelligent. So I think that's a really nice, welcome change to the wanted level system. Now, next up, I'm going to talk about how the cars feel, how the planes feel, and things like that. So, in GTA 4, it was kind of slightly criticised and how the vehicles handled. Like, they felt floaty, they didn't feel very realistic, and they were a bit wobbly at times. Now, in this game, they feel a lot more grip to the road, and it feels a lot more realistic. Also, the spectrum of change in terms of what kind of vehicle you've got really changes. So you've got all the modifications and all the Los Santos customs. You're going to be able to adapt your car to incredible levels and do stupid amount of detail changing. Well, this kind of highlights that in that you are going to really notice the difference between an old banger that you found at the side of the road or a huge supercar that you've just like, oh, that looks amazing, I'm going to pike it. So you're going to really notice the difference in terms of cars and driving, and yeah, off-road and on-road really makes a difference as well. Now, flying is something I'm really looking forward to, and something I, can't wait for. And apparently the helicopters feel similar to GTA 4, although it's been sharpened and made a bit more realistic. Now, one thing they highlighted in the IGN report was they were flying really high up out on top of one of the mountains, and they were trying to land the helicopter. Now, whilst they were trying to land the helicopter, there was a cross breeze which affected the flying ability. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember that coming into an effect on a GTA game. So that was a really awesome, more realistic, more in-depth way of handling airplanes. Like, you have to consider the wind and things of that nature. So that is really cool. And last but not least, I got 3 random facts that I think are pretty cool. One, you press both the analog sticks at the same time to activate your special ability. So there was a lot of question on how that was going to happen. Next up, there are military bases. Obviously, in the trailer, we saw the tanks. Well, there are going to be military bases, and you do get a wanted level if you go near them and in them. And no doubt, going into a military base, you will die. And the other thing, which I was kind of slightly concerned of, despite the fact this game is beautiful, despite the fact this game is huge and detailed, they've said there was no drop in frame rates. The frame rate was consistent whether you were flying a plane at 100 miles an hour or standing still. So that is something that I was not concerned about, but I was kind of half expecting. And it's really nice to read that they said there was no noticeable frame rate drops or anything like that. So that is awesome. And that is all I've got for you today. Now, IGN have got a 5-day information blowout, I guess you'd say. So stay here on the channel, Ollie43. And yeah, subscribe if you haven't already, because I'm going to be covering all of the stuff just like this over the next week or so. So it's going to be awesome. We're under 2 weeks until we get our hands on the game. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take care.